Hello everyone, welcome to AI Anytime channel. In this video, we are going to use Gemini model through OpenAI library. So now Gemini has been supported by the OpenAI library, so we can, make Gemini request, via OpenAI library and the REST API. Okay. Right now, it currently, it supports chat completions API and embeddings API, and you can use that with Python, JS, etc. You can also do it with JavaScript as well, right? So it's important because most of the LLMs or other frameworks or third-party LLM providers, they all support their models through OpenAI, and Gemini had to do this, of course, for more adoption, and that's why we're gonna try this out. So first thing, we install OpenAI library, right? So you do pip install OpenAI, and I'm on Colab Pro. You can use this in any Jupyter notebook as well, right? Now, to work with this, you need an key. So if you look at here in the secrets, I have bunch of keys. I have Google API key over here. That's the Gemini API key. You need an API key to work with, so you have to go on Google Gemini and just you get a key from there, from the dashboard. Okay. Now for that, I'm gonna set that from env. So what you do is say from google.colab, and then we do import user data, and then os.env. So just setting up the keys in env in this environment that we are using in Google Colab, and then I'm gonna write here user data.get Google API key. It will ask you to grant access. I'm just gonna give the access. That's it. Now, next is we're going to import OpenAI. So let's do that. From OpenAI, import OpenAI. We can also need JSON for this, just to parse some all the outputs, etc. Okay. So OpenAI has two different uh, versions, 0.28 and OpenAI 1.0 or 0, whatever you call it. So you can basically, when you install OpenAI, it will just install automatically the new one. Okay. Now here in the client, okay, we're gonna set, you can also set this, or you can just ignore this as well. Just write the base URL. Okay, we'll see what happens if you just do base URL. Now in the base URL, here you're gonna write the uh no, not that. You have to write generative language. That's where the URL, the base URL is, the generative language dot google apis.com, and then you just do v1 beta. That's what it is. Okay, that's what you have to do. This is the base URL. That's the base URL the model have been hosted. Basically that's an URL by, of course, they would have hosted it somewhere on GCP, Google Cloud. Okay, so make sure that you are giving this as base URL, generative language dot google apis.com slash v1 beta, means version 1 beta, and then just run it. It says the API key client option must be set either by passing. So what you're going to do is, set API underscore key, excuse me, and then you're going to have a response. So it supports chat completions. So client, we have initialized client. So here you're going to do chat.completions. You can see chat.completions.create. So we're going to create this. And here we're going to pass the name of the model. So we're going to use Gemini 1.5 Flash for this. Okay, for now. Okay, you can use any other model as well if you want. It has Pro model. It has, Gemini has different model, right? Different models that you can use. And I'm going to have one, and then you have messages with system prompt and user prompt kind of a thing. So it's a Python list, and within the list, you pass role. So for the first, the role will be, of course, system, right? So let me just write system, and you can see content. So it says, I just had to end this. Let me just do that. Okay. who in the world, you are a helpful AI assistant or something, and then you have a user, and then you have the content, right? That's what you have over there. Now I'm not gonna ask this question. Okay, so I'm let's try something else. So say uh who no write fast API code to call a weather API. Okay, something like this. Now this becomes my messages. I'm saying you are a helpful coding assistant or something. Let's make that. Okay, now you have done the messages thing. Okay, basically it's a payload that you also create, to get the response. And if you just do response, you can find out, there is an output. Okay, we have to parse that, right? So let's do that. Okay, we can just get this by doing print. When you just if even if I think you don't have to do print also. Yeah, but if you are not using Colab or a Jupyter notebook, if you're using a Python file, running this through a Python file, then probably you have to, use a print statement to basically print this in terminal, right? Now, so here you will get the response dot choices and the first choice, right? That's what the answer is. And then we get the messages, so let me just get the message. And now in message, we have dictionary, guys, right? So we're gonna get the dict, right? Dict, and then you can indent that, to parse the output. You can have indentation, and it also support insert ASCII. Yes, is a Boolean value, so you can just call it false. Let's see what happens. I'm really optimistic about it. Okay, nice. And now you can see it gives you this content, over here Python, which is a markdown, of course, right? It says fast API, and it gives you code that, probably you can, of course, try it out. Now we can also run this through JavaScript. If you want to try it out, pretty straightforward with JavaScript as well. You just have to have constant OpenAI and then initialize it, and of course, just almost safe. Just have to do console.log. That's it, and rest will be the same. So now you can use Gemini model through OpenAI library as well. So if you are already working with OpenAI and written a hell lot of code and don't want to migrate from one to other libraries, then it's a good way of, just bringing up the Gemini models. Not the recommended way, to be very honest. I don't recommend that if you're just starting something from the scratch. But if you already have written a lot of code, for your development, then that's a good idea, right? If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comment box. If you have any thoughts, feedbacks, do let me know as well. You can also reach out to me through my social media channels. Find all the information on channel banner and channel about us. Okay. That's all for this video, guys. If you like the content, please hit the like icon. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe the video. That helps me to motivate, uh, you know, to create more such videos in near future. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.